Okay, I found this new cool game that I like. I'm not very good at it, but let's see how I do. All right, there's another similar game where I know, right? The idea is you've got to kind of like clear out one of these flasks. In the other game, it's like these horizontal rectangles. So, yeah, I think like the obvious move is always like the worst in this game. So, yeah, let's see. I know I'll have to restart a few times. I always end up going down the wrong path. All right, so we need, nope, that's no good. Yep, we need this, no good. We need pink, no good. We need that, no good. That, no good. And that, no good. So I've already screwed up. Like I said, you can't choose the obvious. All right. Uh, all right. Well, right. Again, so you always want like a free flask if possible, because then it gives you more maneuverability, is what I've learned. So let's see if that was the right move. I can dump these two blues in here. It looks like these other green checkered ones are kind of at the bottom, which means we won't be able to touch them for a while anyway. So this may be a good move. Let's see. This should give us some maneuverability. Um, my next instinct was to kind of move this blue checkered over here to free this up and move this here. Then we would still have a free um, flask. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go like this. All right. And now let's see how I am screwed. I can't move any of these reds. I do have. I can't. Are there any blues on top? No, they're buried. Yeah, they're all buried, so I can't touch those. Um, I think if I move this here, I don't think we really have access to any of these because they're all at the bottom. If I move the red here, I do have an orange I can immediately move, and then move the yellow. Yeah, and then I can access the pink, but I'm not sure that's instantly available. Let's see. So we move that here, and then we could go here. Could move the yellow here, or this yellow here. So this blue and that blue would then be moved, and I can get this red. Yeah, I think that's the move. We can go here, then we get that, and then we get that, and that. All right, not bad. Uh, I mean, we could start. We've got these blues. We could load them up. If I can get this out of here, then I have this to put in there. But then, yeah, I wonder if I just cornered myself. The oranges are at the bottom. I can't touch them. The pinks are kind of accessible over here and over here, but I kind of screwed that up with the yellows. I could have moved that yellow, moved that pink. And then I had this one. I could pull that, and then I'd have more pink. I could move it. Let's see. Green checkers. Yeah, I think I've walled myself in. I think I am screwed. I can't access. Yeah, if I could get this out of here, I'd be all right. But I think I got to go back a few moves. And so if I move that here, yeah, that was the bad move. one of many bad moves. Let me go back a few. So I move that. Okay, I think we're going to go back to the yellow. Yeah, so maybe it's this yellow like this. Where's the pink gonna? Yeah, we do have access here, and then we are screwed because either way we move the pink, we are blocking the other green. That's kind of like that's bad. Um, I don't think I have any moves left. Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, I gotta go back. I've severely screwed this up. So orange. Maybe we don't want like these yellows could be their own flask pretty soon. If I get this orange out of here, instead of putting this orange in here, like we could get all of the yellows in there, but I don't have a place for the oranges because there's two at the bottom, there's one at the top. Uh, I mean, this seems like it's obvious, like that there could be no downside to doing that, seemingly. Uh, yeah, those greens are kind of buried. I can't move the orange. These don't have access. Yeah, I got to go back a few moves. All right, so we've got this free flask. We've got to take like a different approach with it. I think I just put in those. Maybe I have to put in the purples because if we put in the purples, then we free up this blue, but then there's no blue available. There's one here. No, no, that's not true. There's a blue here. All right, let's go down this path for a second. We block either way. That sucks because then we have these greens. I think I've created this. Yeah, and the purple is blocked, so it's like, what did I do? I mean, we can kind of like get this purple there. Yeah, this one, they're all buried at the bottom too. What do we do? I mean, we want to get that purple, but there's nowhere to move this because there's one here, two at the bottom, three at the bottom. Ugh. We can dump that in there. All right, now we at least have an outlet for this to go here, and then we have another free flask. Okay, there we go. All right, that's a good sign. Let's see if we can build off this. Yellow seems seemingly like the next one to put in here, but that last piece is at the bottom, which I know is usually hard to get to. And if we move these reds in here, we do have access quickly to that red, but then there's no pinks at the bottom, at the top. If we move the two yellows in, then we free up this pink and this blue. The blue we can move here. The pink, we'd have to wait until we find a home for the red or one of these little Legos shapes. Uh, Geez. I don't know. And this, if we move this out, We could get this over here. I mean, it helps because then we still have a free flask, I think. Um, all right. And Lego. So if we move the Legos here, or the blues, it's kind of buried. This one's buried, but this can we then? Yeah, and then we can then fill this up. Kind of frees up the orange. This might be the path that I'm looking for. I like to do something like this. And then we do have like orange is going to take a while to stack. So I don't want to lose that free flask. Like I know that I've learned from playing this other game that you kind of always want like an empty flask available because that's where you back yourself into a hole. So, all right, so that's an obvious one here. We could do this. I don't know if, right, if we throw these two on, then we get the orange, and then we have a flask for the yellow. So I think that's the move. All right, so we go like this. Right now we have a flask for the yellow. So I think that's pretty good. All right. All right, have I backed myself into a wall again? I've got no orange available. The blues down here, the blues down here. Pinks are buried. I can move this. And then I can move the green. And then you can come over here. All right, I got it just with too many moves. It's not going to be ideal. Let's put you here, you here, you here. Oh, you here. You're good. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. And there. All right. Global best 7 moves. Oh my gosh. And then I took 47 moves. Okay, that was pretty bad.